Hi, I'm Lucy Nordberg and I'm speaking today as one of the 3 people behind the From Home project. For this, we're asking people to send in short videos from their homes on the theme of home during this strange year of lockdown and social distancing. The project didn't actually start to be about the events of this year. It began at the Digital Festival in Brighton last year when my company Moving Pictures Theatre put on an event, and while there my colleague Mark Green and I met with Tom Otway from Language Umbrella Media, and Tom was working on a project called Home in the Senses. So we decided to collaborate and the idea was born then. That reminds me how the project started of a quote I got from the arts promoter Richard DeMarco in Edinburgh, and he said, "Art happens among friends." And I think that's very true. But I also think there's a stage before that where art and anything creative or inventive happens if we're lucky to have the time and space to think, and that often happens when we're in our homes. As I set up the phone to record this, I noticed the picture on the wall behind me demonstrates this point quite nicely. It's a photo I took of the filmmaker Derek Jarman's house in Dungeness, and Derek Jarman died of AIDS-related illness in the 90s, but just recently his home has been secured for the nation, and I think it shows that fascination we have with people's homes where they work and where they have their ideas. Now, in this current situation and in general, whoever is in power, it's quite an interesting thing, maybe quite a dangerous thing, for the population to be given, or a large part of the population, to have time and space to think. They might get ideas. And when we come out of this into normality or steps towards normality, we sort of start asking those questions. Is how we've always lived, how we want to go on? Are there other ways to live? What could we be doing differently? And coming out of a crisis, that reminds me of years ago. I had a car accident and they put me back together. And in the months when I was recovering, about the same time of year, spring, I was thinking, when I get to walk again, when I get to see my friends, when I get to go to the pub, I will savour every moment, and there are all these things I'm going to do. But in the course of our lives, months, years, if we're lucky, they're only a small part of that. And so things do return to the accepted version of normal and everyday. But however much we try to stay safe, life is short, and I do hope that we come out of this receptive to other people's ideas and willing to put out into the world those ideas that we have at home.